Hello and welcome to Gun High School for tonight's fifth game of the quintuple header. It's the Palo Alto Vikings taking on the Gun Titans. We've got the gym filling up here from the girls' game. A lot more people showing up. The atmosphere has intensified, and the crowd is ready for this rivalry contest. Crosstown rivals going at it as Keller Christ wins the opening tip-off for the Palo Alto Vikings. I'm Grant Raffle alongside Kevin Dukovic. And Kevin, should be a good one tonight between these two rivals.
Yep. Look for Paly to get out quick in transition in this game and to jump out to a quick lead here against the Titans.
Paly starts Petracek, Jones, Sir, Christ, and Schmutz.
Yeah, for some reason they're not starting Aubrey Dawkins tonight. I'm not exactly sure why that is, but Dawkins, Paly's leading scorer on the season, averages over 18 points a game.
Sir fights for the ball there. Petracek's coming the other way, fouled on the play.
So we'll have to look into why Dawkins didn't get the starting nod. We'll get back to you guys.
I expect to see him in there shortly, though.
Yes.
As Palo Alto comes into the contest, 21-1 overall, undefeated in the league. Palo Alto in the De Anza division, while Gun High School in the El Camino division, 1-8 in the league, 4-15 overall. So Palo Alto certainly expects to win this one. Gun having a tough season. Palo Alto doing very well, winning the last 20 in a row. As Petracek makes his second free throw and gets Palo Alto on the board. So Kevin Dukovic actually was on the roster for Palo Alto earlier before injuring his shoulder, so he can give us a lot of insight into this team. As Gunn, Zach Wing to Chris Ray, Max Gerard down low. Gerard the center, Chris guarding him as the three ball put up by
Skelly,
and that's no good. Chris will bring it up.
Patrick Skelly, his father is the superintendent of the Palo Alto Unified School District.
Right. And we saw him. He's in attendance tonight.
Yep.
So
he played
Chris
sports
for
when he was
three
young
now.
as well.
Not his usual shot.
No, but Chris has a nice shot, Grant. And if he's open, he'll take the shot. He's not
We're
scared.
used to seeing him down low, but now
Yes.
the Gunn comes back, and Chris Ray with the nice runner.
Gunn with the early lead here, 2-1. Let's see what Paly does to respond here on this possession.
Palo Alto coming off of a victory last night on senior night at home against Los Gatos. Meanwhile, Gunn also coming off a victory last night at home versus Lynbrook. Looking for the give and go was Schmutz. Instead, back to Zur. He goes to the corner, and Petracek for three. No good. Jones with the rebound. Up to the point. Schmutz with a nice spin move. Again for Petracek for three. Again off the front iron. But again a Paly rebound as Schmutz looks to put it up and misses that one as Gerard with the board. Now Skelly pushing the tempo. And Christ with the block there on Sean Berry, and that was a good one, Kevin.
Yeah, Keller Christ, he leads the team here with 47 block shots. That was his 48th block shot. The next highest block shotter is Aubrey Dawkins with 6 blocks, Grant.
And Keller pushes it up to Sir. Petracek lays it in.
Nice pass there from Zur.
But as you were mentioning, Kevin, Christ, known for his prowess on the blocks.
Yep, defensive specialist. Really holds his own down in the lane.
Aubrey Dawkins and Scotty Peary, the two seniors, looking to check in at the next break. As Wing on the wing. Gerard driving, kicks it out to Ray. He'll take a jumper. No good. Rebound to Elon Zur. Petracek bringing it up. Doesn't see a shot there. Passes to Schmutz. Schmutz looking to lay it in, but misses. And Gerard with the board. 3-2 Paly early here in the first quarter as Christ steals it. And he passes over to Zur, back to Schmutz. Petracheks now beats his man Sean Berry and lays it in. Petracheks with all 5 of Palo Alto's points so far.
Yeah, Petracheks, who is a 3-ball threat, forces his defender to come out and guard him at the on the perimeter.
Gerard with a nice pump fake, but no good, can't finish.
And Petracheks also very quick off the dribble, so can take advantage of that pump fake, as Gerard did there.
Jones thought about the 3 instead. It'll be Petracheks, and he lights it up from downtown. Aldis Petracheks with 8 points on his own. He's been all the scoring for Palo Alto. Gunn will try to come back now. Wang over to Ray.
Gunn taking its time here every possession.
And a dangerous pass to Sean Berry. Sur takes it. It's a 2-on-1 with Petracheks and Schmutz. And Schmutz, a nice tip in after Petracheks miss. And Michael Ferrolino has seen enough. The Gunn coach calls a timeout here as Palo Alto with an early 10-2 lead with 3:20 left in the first. And Kevin, what have you noticed so far?
Well, Paly has gotten out into transition, which is one of our keys to the game, getting out into transition. As we take a look at a replay here of the fast break as Petracheks lays it off. It's one thing that head coach Adam Sachs preaches to his players. If you don't think you can make the layup in a fast break situation, just throw it off the glass, and one of your teammates should be there to follow it up and put it in, as Schmutz did there. Paly up 10-2 here with 3:20 to go in the first quarter. But yes, as we mentioned, one of the keys to this game, transition offense for Paly, as Dawkins will, number 33, Aubrey Dawkins, will step onto the court for his first action.
As will Scotty Peary.
Yes.
The sixth man for the Vikings, known for his three-point shooting. Dawkins, the dominant force for the Vikings. And there's a good look at Keller Christ, the quarterback for the Vikings, as well as the center. But Kevin, we were there last night when Palo Alto beat Los Gatos, and that, as you mentioned, that transition. Palo Alto likes to score points in transition and actually doesn't set up the half-court offense as often as many other teams.
Yep, they like to run, and they love the fast-paced games, and they force the tempo.
Gerard trying to drive on Christie's right under the basket. He'll kick it out, and the 3 by Chris Russell, no good. Palo Alto now. And Peary, the three-point shooter, shoots a 3 in and out, no good. Chris with a great board, but can't finish. And Gerard instead will take the board. And the student section here at Gunn is happy about that. As Russell now with a pump fake. He'll go back to Gerard. Wang will try a 3. And that's good. Gunn gets its first points since the early minutes of the game, and it's 10-5.
Grant, a lot of these players have grown up playing with each other. You see number 45, Max Gerard, and number 22, Sean Berry, played on the same Palo Alto all-net team, coached by the Palo Alto High School girls coach, Scott Peters. They played with some of the Paly players, Matthias Schmutz, Aldis Petracheks, and Elon Zur. So these guys know each other, as Wang takes the 2 there.
He will have a free throw, an and 1 for Wang, and Gunn can cut this to 8 points. But Kevin, good points there.
These teams know each other very well.
They do, being the 2 high schools in Palo Alto. There is some overlap there, and the teams have intermixed in some elementary and middle school basketball action.
Yep.
So there you can see our baseline cam getting a good look at Zach Wang as he shoots the and 1 here. And that's off the back iron, no good. But Gerard handles the board. And a 3 try, and that's good. Patrick Scully from 3. And Gunn ties it up 10-10 here. And Gunn has a good turnout here on the Gunn side of the arena. It's filled up, the student section down at this end that Paly's driving to. And that's a travel call on Petracheks, so Gunn will have a chance to take a lead here.
Yeah, Gunn playing really well early here. knocking down their
hitting the
three-point
shots they need to, absolutely.
And putting the pressure on the Vikings right now.
Gunn under Coach Farolino, ready for this matchup. It's a different environment than both teams are used to, more of a playoff type atmosphere, as both teams want to win badly here. But Chris Russell mishandles it, and Palo Alto will take over.
And Grant, you wonder if Paly maybe got a little too complacent going in here, having won 20 games in a row, going up against a team that's not even in their league, a league that is below theirs in gun. But the Titans have really brought it to the Vikings early here as Dawkins misses a three and Skelly corrals the rebound.
Nice play by Skelly as he'll push the tempo. But it gets tangled up with Dawkins and Peary there to grab the ball. Sir will bring it up. Deflected by Skelly. He'll look to Peary. Now Schmutz will take a shot from three, but that's short. And Skelly now 2-on-1 with Russell, and Skelly lays it in himself, and Gunn has a 12-2 lead here with 22 seconds to go in the first quarter. Shot clock has been turned off, and Palo Alto will look to take the final shot of the first quarter. 10 seconds to go now.
Gunn in a 2-3 zone.
Petracheks with the jumper, that's short. Wasn't looking for the board, but it comes right back to him. And the buzzer sounds, and Gunn has an early lead, and Kevin, this could turn out to be a good one. This is not what we expected to see early here, and the Gunn fans are happy with what they've seen so far out of their team.
Yeah, surprising start. This is similar to the game we witnessed last night, Grant, senior night. The Palo Alto Vikings heavily favored over the Los Gatos Wildcats last night, but got off to a very slow start. I believe they were trailing after the first quarter as well. Last night, but they ended up winning handily. So we'll see how Paly responds to this quick start by the Titans.
And Gunn really has dominated, Paly has dominated this rivalry in recent memory as we take a look at Gunn's 2-on-1 layup there as Scully took it himself. That was the 11th and 12th points of the game here, as both teams will get set for the second quarter. 12-10. Grant Raffel and Kevin Dukovic with you from Gunn High School in this rivalry contest. So far, Aldis Petrachek's leading all scorers with 8 points. Matthias Schmutz has the other two for the Vikings. And Wing schools Aubrey Dawkins on that one and lays it in. Zach Wing, the senior guard.
I believe that's Wing's 7th point.
And Dawkins knocks down the jumper, responds to that, and gives Wing a little look, so showing that he can be thrown to the floor by a little juke, but he's going to come back. Is Dawkins, as Dawkins now playing stifling defense on Wing. Over to Patrick Scully now, back to Wing. And we've got a push-off call on Wing, on Dawkins. Let's take a look at that one. As
yep.
There was
that was a push-off the first time as well.
That was, yeah, exactly.
Dawkins was right on that call, but as Schmutz launches a three, but comes up way short.
Schmutz shooting a lot more than he did last night when we saw him. He was more of a facilitator.
And chance of air ball coming from the Gunn student section.
And there for the runner. That was Skelly trying the runner, and Gerard reached up to put it back, but that's been called off as he will be called for an over-the-back foul. So Palo Alto now with the ball. The usual starting 5 now in the game as Dawkins takes a jumper and he jumps over everyone, knocking that down and tying the game. Aubrey Dawkins, the son of Stanford coach Johnny Dawkins, who was not at senior night last night because the Stanford Cardinal are in Arizona battling Arizona and Arizona State this weekend.
As there's some disagreement here between the refs.
Some confusion here.
And
they changed their call.
Stick with the Titans here.
Much to the joy of the Gun fans. Zach Wang to inbound. Gerard nearly crosses half court. And a deep 3 from Russell, and he nails it. Chris Russell from way downtown.
Wow, that was a deep 3 off-balance shot.
And these Titans have come to play tonight. They're ready for this rivalry contest.
That's a foul on Dawkins.
Dawkins and Wang get tangled up. Dawkins called for the foul.
Very low percentage shot taken by Russell, but manages to knock it down.
The Gun shooting touch is on tonight in this one.
Maybe the girls' success has rubbed off on the guys here for the Titans as they lead 17-14 here with just under 6 minutes to go in the first half.
Coach Adam Sachs and the Vikings have got to be a little shocked at this one. They've won their last 20 in a row, just one loss on the season. Haven't played that many close games, really, but this one's close early.
As you said, Grant, it doesn't matter what the records of two teams are when they're rivals. Rivalry games, throw those stats out the window.
Mitch Donat in the game, number 40. He'll pass over to the wing, but that's an air ball by Sean Berry. Excuse me, Patrick Scully. Schmutz trying to lob it to Dawkins, and Dawkins was thinking more about dunking it than getting the points, and that's no good. As Scully misses the jumper, and Palo Alto will push it, 3-on-3 opportunity. Petracek picks up his dribble. Now Dawkins from the point, no good. So we've seen a few missed shots on both ends the last couple possessions here. As Gunn will try to get back on the board here, leading 17-14. 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Gerard now on Christ, drives, fouled on the shot. And Gerard will go to the line to shoot 2. This is not a league game as Gunn comes in out of the El Camino division, Palo Alto from the De Anza. This is the only matchup between Paly and Gunn boys this year as Gerard hits the first free throw. So the one chance for Gunn to end its streak as we look at that long 3 by Russell. You saw shooting over Petracek just from way downtown. Now Gerard for his second free throw and makes that one. So it's 19-14 Gunn. Now Peary to shoot a 3. He's the 3-point specialist for the Vikings, but no good. And Gunn again, another chance to expand on its lead. Mitch Donat at the point. He's actually been worked with MC Sports on some football broadcasts.
Oh, really?
As Russell again for 3. That's in and out. Schmutz with the board. Elon Sir with the pump fake, driving, and that's no good off the bottom of the backboard. Gerard with some good defense as Wang pushes it up, and
blocking foul.
Schmutz called for the block.
See if we can get a replay of that. But yeah, Zur, number 21 for Paly, another player who lives in the Gunn district and lives, next door to Gunn campus, but decided to go to Paly, as Jeremy Lin did. We were talking about this earlier, but knows all these players really well, and just another example of how close, as we see that replay,
Well, that's the blocking foul on
Yep.
Schmutz there. That's how Wang got to the line.
I couldn't really tell if he was set or not.
Tough to say. It's always a tough call for the officials. As Wang off the back iron, but Donut there for the board. But gives it up to Peary, and now they'll press. As Coach Adam Sachs calls a timeout as he saw Peary in trouble under his own basket. So just about halfway through this second quarter, 3:50 to go till half, 20-14, Gun Titans. And Kevin, what does Palo Alto need to do here to get back into this one? They're down 6 points here.
Yep. Well, they need to run through their offense, Grant, for one. While they are getting some good looks in transition, their last couple possessions, they've just been, taking the first shot they can get, regardless of how good it is. So if you're Paly, run through your plays. You maybe slow the ball down a little bit, trying to make any turnovers.
As we get a good look at that large Gun student section here. So the timeout is over, and Palo Alto will inbound, down 6 early. No one expected this one, even Gun, I would imagine. But playing solid so far are the Titans. Palo Alto comes in 21-1, undefeated in the league. Gun at 4-15. As Sir, a nice pass to Peary, but he couldn't finish.
That was a product of a half-court set there.
And that seemed to be a good play. They just got to finish. As Ray comes charging in, fouled on the shot.
Paly players wanted to travel, but he's not called. And Ray will head to the line.
Looked like 2 steps, 2 large steps at least. So Ray will shoot 2 here, trying to expand this lead. And that's off the back iron. Keller Christ will check in, bringing out Scotty Peary.
Yeah, Paly, another thing they can do to get back into this, to narrow the margin, is to feed Chris down low. He's got a nice size advantage, and it'd be an easy way to get a couple quick buckets.
Yeah, that's a good matchup to watch, Chris and Gerard. Gerard at least going against Chris offensively, but the zone here for defense. As Petrachek's from the corner, swishes the 3, and Palo Alto's right back in this one. And the net had to be switched up there. So 21-17 Gun, 3 minutes until halftime. Gerard trying to drive on Christ, unable to. Now Donut in the lane, tries to lay it in, gets his own rebound, but misses that as well.
Poor blocking out by Paly there.
Yeah, just allowing that is not what they want to see.
Sure, Coach Sachs will be unhappy with that.
Checks again. Now Sir from the point for 3. That's off the front rim. No good. Donut with the board. Chris Ray, a nice crossover with the runner now. And Keller Christ elevated there, but he went over the back of Donut. He'll be called for the foul. Chris just got it. It looked like his eyes were even with the rim there, Kevin. He just got way up there, but over the back.
Yeah, Chris really loves to get up. Sometimes it pays off with the blocks, but other times he'll get called for a lot of fouls on pump fakes.
Gerard trying to take on Christ. Petrachek deflects it out of bounds. Now, Chris Ray lobs it to Gerard, a nice pass, and he'll go back to Chris. Chris Ray there with the runner through the lane and back up to a 6-point lead for the Titans. So the Titans maintaining this lead. Palo Alto not able to come back yet, at least. As Zur now will go up from Christ to Schmutz, but he misses a three. There's a good rebound by Christ.
Shots just aren't falling for Paly here.
Now Skelly and Russell, Christ, passing it all over as Donat goes for the jumper, in and out for Donat. And Dawkins, and a foul called on Chris Ray. It looked like that was a clean steal off of Dawkins, but the refs thought otherwise.
Dawkins being aggressive here early. You can tell that he's really trying to do a lot here, try to jumpstart Paly's offense. Let's see if he continues this aggressive play here with 1:26 to go in the first half.
And an inbounds pass there off the fingertips of Christ. Wayne comes up with it. In the lane to Donat. He lays it in. Mitch Donat with the points, and the lead now is 8. 25-17, just over a minute to go till halftime. The Vikings are trying to get in this one. Just a shocker here at Gunn High School. Petrachek's in the corner, looking to shoot a three, but he gives it up to Dawkins. Dawkins back to Petrachek's. Sir. Petrachek's for three. In and out. And we've got a foul on the floor. And they're calling it on Keller Christ again for the over the back. And Kevin Christ has got to look out for that. He's been called twice now on the over the back shots, and Coach Adam Sachs will pull him out now as Scotty Peary checks in.
Yeah, that's not a good sign
Christ
for Paly.
is not happy with those calls. He thinks he's just elevating over it, and it's really a tough call for the refs. Now Mitch Donat will shoot as it'll be a 1-and-1 as Gunn in the single bonus. That one rims in. We're at Gunn High School. Grant Raffle, Kevin Nikovic with you. 47 seconds to go till halftime as Gunn with a 9-point lead over Palo Alto. This is a shocker, folks. This could be a big upset as Donat in and out with the second free throw. Dawkins with the board. He goes to the corner for Petrachek's. Now Schmutz. Peary from the corner. He's known for his threes. Dawkins with a nice board, but looking for Peary. Passes it straight out of bounds. The shot clock's been turned off, and
Paly is going to now press. They're going to press, apply some pressure here.
And let's take another look at that foul Chris was called on here. As you see him go over the top there. And
there's the
Palo
pressure.
Alto putting on the pressure, and Dawkins tries to steal it. Dawkins came into the student section there, and it'll be Gunn ball. Now 22 seconds to go. Gunn's got a chance to take the final shot and get a double-digit lead going into halftime. Zach Wang in the backcourt. Petrachek's applying some pressure. Paly playing a man defense at this point. Donat looked like he may have traveled. And it'll still be Gunn ball now with 12.6 seconds. And Gunn will hold on for the final shot. Zach Wang at the point being pressured by Petrachek's. And
traveling.
It looked like I think that was a push off, but no foul's been called, so it must have been a travel or a double dribble.
Right.
As 3 seconds to go. Schmutz puts up the three.
Short.
No good. As the half ends, Gunn up 26-17 over Palo Alto. A 9-point lead going into the half. Folks, this could be a good second half. You don't want to go anywhere. Palo Alto 21-1, Gunn 4-15. Gunn in the lower division. Gunn in the lower division, and Palo Alto in the higher. Palo Alto has not lost since the second game of the season against St. Francis, and this this could be good. Grant Raffle, Kevin Dukovic with you from Gun. And Kevin, what does Palo Alto need to do? Down 9 points to the Gun. This, I mean, Coach Adam Sachs, the Vikings weren't expecting this, or they maybe just a little, maybe not looking forward to this game enough.
Yeah, like we said before, maybe a little complacent coming in, but yeah, Paly's going to have to run through their half-court sets, get into a groove offensively, and move the ball around. Every time they move the ball around this zone, it seems like they're getting an open shot, okay, and the shots just really aren't falling. So we'll see what happens in the second half, but for now, Paly down 26-17 at the half. Very surprising start here, and we'll be back shortly.
And it's a rivalry contest. Anything can happen. So far it has. We'll see you for the second half. And Kevin Dukovic with you here. Second half of this game, 26-17, Gun with the lead. They've surprised everyone here as we start the second half. Keller Chris with 3 fouls in the game. That's something to watch. As Aldis Petracek gives it up to Max Gerard, and Chris Ray tries the runner, but no good. Matthias Schmutz with the board. Chris Ray, wheel. That's Sean Berry, and he nails it. Sean Berry extends the lead. 28-17, an 11-point lead now. Kevin, what is going to determine the outcome of this one?
Well, Grant, it's going to be if Paly can get, as I said earlier, get going and just get their offense going. As we see Dawkins being aggressive here. Dawkins
makes
Dawkins
the runner.
is going to have to step up as well.
Dawkins only 4 points in the first half.
That's not going to cut it for Dawkins. Dawkins averages over 18 a game. Christ, who is in foul trouble, that's going to be a major factor in this game. Oh, I don't know if that was called on him. If it is, that's his 4th.
It was. That's called on number 5, Keller Chris.
No, number 2.
Oh, I think they called it on 5.
Did they call it on 5? Oh, they called it on 15. All right, so that was on Schmutz.
On Schmutz. Okay,
but
so
Chris,
lucky for the Vikings
still,
there.
Chris with 3 fouls. That's he being in foul trouble is a major factor right now in this game. As
Gerard goes down low to Sean Berry. He kicks it out to Scully, and he drains it. Patrick Scully. The Titans are lighting it up from all over the court at this point. A very balanced attack.
Wow.
As the 3 from Aubrey Dawkins, no good. Chris steals it, though. And Gerard is there for the board, and Petracek.
The Vikings are trying to play hero ball right now, Grant. They're not spreading the ball around. Each individual is trying to carry this team back, and that's just not how they play now.
And let's take a look at that 3 there. That was Patrick Scully, a great shot.
One of the reasons why Paly's been so successful this year, Grant, is that they've spread the ball around. They haven't had really one player
and tonight,
who's dominated the scoring.
Tonight, only 3 players on the board for Paly. Aldis Petracek with 11 points. As Zach Lang lays it in, it's a 14-point lead just 2 minutes into the second half, but Petracek with 11, Schmutz with 2, Dawkins with 6. Other than that, no one's on the board. Meanwhile, Gunn has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players with points thus far.
All right, so Grant, as we see a dunk
and
by
Petracek,
Dawkins.
the alley-oop.
That's a play that they draw up. It's called 99. That was a play to Dawkins. It wasn't just a spur-of-the-moment decision. But Grant,
as Palo
Alto's
Alto's
another
invigorated
fast break
here.
opportunity.
And Palo Alto, the fans are wild now after that dunk and lay-in.
Schmutz, Aubrey Dawkins, Aldis Petracek, and Coach Adam Sachs have never lost to Gun in their entire basketball careers. The last time Palo Alto lost to Gun, the boys basketball team, was February 13th of 2009 when they lost 42-18 here at Gun High School under Coach Andrew Slayton. So it's been a long time coming. I think 29 out of the last 30 meetings between these two teams have been won by Paly. This is
some domination.
A surprising result, to say the least.
But Palo
right
Alto
now.
already coming back as they
Dunk
just
alert.
made 4 points in a row, and Dawkins slams it down. And Gunn is taking a timeout. They sense the momentum going the other way. It's just an 8-point lead. It was 14 seconds ago. As the Paly fans are going wild at this point. Palo Alto still down 8, but the last couple sequences.
Let's see if we can get a replay of that last
We've
dunk.
seen a couple of Aubrey Dawkins' best dunks.
So here's Dawkins with the steal and the easy dunk, and he shakes the rim with the finish.
And a great view there from our baseline cam. That was Dawkins. It was the Dawkins alley-oop. Petricek's the lay-in, and then Dawkins slammed it home himself.
Exactly what the Vikings need to do to get back into this one, Grant.
Quick 6-0 run here. Absolutely.
Get out into transition, force a couple turnovers, and they're right back into it right now. Down by 8 points here with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's not going to be easy, but Paly has the firepower to come back and win this one.
That they do. And this should be an entertaining contest all the way down to the wire. An 8-point margin now, but you can just sense the momentum. We knew Paly would come back. We just didn't know if it would be how much and when, and they're starting that now, but Gunn still has the lead, and if Gunn can just try to stifle this small run that Paly has, Gunn's got a great chance to maintain this.
Paly employing the full court pressure here as Jones deflects the ball, but it'll be Titans ball. Yeah, the full court pressure being applied now by Sachs, head coach.
And we'll see what Coach Ferrolino of Gunn has drawn up to break this press, as Chris Ray
another turnover.
And there's Keller Christ comes up with it. He'll pass over to Dawkins, who will take the three. In and out. Christ jumped a little early for the board. It rattled around as Zach Wang comes the other way.
Wow, it's a lot of contact there.
And they do call the foul. At this point, we've got to be looking at Keller Christ. If he gets anywhere near that kind of action, he's already got 3 fouls.
Great game here, Grant. Great game. No one expected this. No one. Skelly on the wing. To Wang.
The Paly defense is much improved
down low.
Recently.
To Wang. Nice ball movement by the Titans.
Wang nails it, and that's a key shot for Gunn. They really needed something after Paly scored 3 straight possessions very quickly.
Paly's going to have to defend the 3-point line here.
Right, I mean, it looked like they were defending well, but Wang just got that shot off right over the defender, and it was good.
And Petricek's answers. Timeout, Sachs called by Palo Alto here. And the score now 36-28.
Back
Titans
to that 8-point margin.
If you take a look at a replay of this last 3 by the Titans.
See, that's
a nice contest. That was a solid contest by Jones, but
Jones was there, and just Wang shot right over him, and it was good. So just about midway through this third quarter at Gunn High School. Grant Raffle, Kevin Dukovic with you. This is no one expected, as we've said. No one expected Gunn to come out and have an 8-point lead midway through the third quarter. But that's what's happened in this rivalry game. Rivalry games can go either way.
All right, Gerard to Wang as there's a trap being applied, and that's just a desperation heave. Wang was hoping for a foul call, but didn't get it. And Paly now has the ball.
So a key turnover there as Palo Alto will come back.
Jones to Schmutz. Petricek's. Paly's running through, as a foul is called, Paly's running through its 2-3 zone offense where they have 1 player at the high post and 1 at the short corner. And let's see if that offense pays off here. Schmutz up top to Jones. Short corner to Zur, who knocks down.
That's a nice shot by
the
Zur.
Mid-range jumper. The score now 36-30 Titans.
And we don't.
As another turnover here by the Titans. And just like that, it's Paly ball again with a chance to cut this lead to 3.
And that was Chris Ray looking for Gerard, and just a little long with the pass. Gerard couldn't quite get there. But Sir there, we don't see him shoot much, but that was a key shot to knock down.
Yep. Dawkins to Schmutz. Petrocek. And the double coming, evades it to Schmutz, who loses it, but gets it back and finds Zur, who kicks it out to Schmutz for the three, but he comes up a little short.
Schmutz has not been feeling his three ball this game.
Dawkins.
He thought about it.
To Zur for three, a little long.
Gerard with the board.
Wang takes it up for the Titans. To Ray. Back to Wang. Skelly for three. Rebounded by Dawkins. And the foul. That would be the second team foul on the Titans. The Paly has 3 team fouls. Yeah, 3 team fouls.
Scotty Peary will come in for Elon Sir. Chris Russell will come in for Chris Ray.
So Paly here, 2 possession game, down by 6 with 2:30 to go in the third quarter. Schmutz to Dawkins, to Peary, who goes back to Dawkins. Nice ball movement here by the Vikings. Short corner to Christ. Dawkins to Peary, to Dawkins.
Shot clock at 11.
Schmutz to Peary for 3. A little short,
Peary
but he gets
follows.
his own board and puts it back in.
Well
Great
done
awareness
by
by
Peary.
Peary there, crashing the board to get his own miss before a Titans player could get a body on him.
He just had a free lane right there to follow his own shot, and a nice putback.
Yeah, great play. 4-point game right now. Wang, a wide open 3, little short. And Chris
And Gunn
finds
can't knock
Dawkins.
down his shots.
Dawkins finishes strong at the rack. 2-point game right now, 36-34. Titans with a narrow lead here, but it's slipping away quickly. Russell got it.
I mean, I've just been impressed with how Gunn's been able to answer on some of these. As the score is now 39-34.
Wow, what a response there by the Titans.
I mean, you could just feel the momentum both
Yes.
earlier and just then as Paly went on quick runs, and Guns responded.
Wow, nice floater there by Schmutz. Gets into the lane and floats it right over Gerard and into the hoop. 39-36, 3-point game here with a minute to go in the third quarter. Wow, this is a great game. And turnover by the Titans. The Vikings ball here.
Just under a minute at this point.
As it looks like Petrocek's, or Schmutz will go to the bench, and Petrocek's to check in.
Aubrey Dawkins now with 12 points. Petrocek's with 13. They're the leading scorers for the Vikings.
Zach Wang has 8 for Gunn, and Chris Russell has 6. Dawkins misses the jumper, but Peary is called for the foul. That is the fourth team foul on Paly. 3 more until we get to bonus. 43 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Gunn clinging to a 3-point advantage.
Aubrey Dawkins will check out of the game. Interesting call.
Yeah. Double beat. Here's the pressure. Oh, over the head of Zur. Skelly can't finish, but rebounded. Oh,
that was Mitch
Schmutz
Donat trying to put it back up, unable to.
Oh, basket did not count. He was fouled, before the shot.
Yep.
So Zur will head to the line with Paly down 3 points here and 26 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Dawkins back into the game. Schmutz out. Just was catching his breath quickly, it seemed. 26 and a half seconds to go.
Zur to inbound. They're holding the ball here for one last shot.
Shot clock is off. Palo Alto down 9 at halftime. Already has cut it to 3. They'll try to get even closer before we start the fourth.
And they find Dawkins here at the high post. He takes it.
And we've got a foul call.
And it's on the floor.
On Gunn, apparently.
Not a bad call, not a bad foul there by the Titans.
Now 5.4 seconds.
Plenty of time here. Looks like they might go for a 3-ball here.
And
got it.
Oh.
Chris with the silky shot
That's
right there.
huge right there.
Nails it to tie the game up at 39 going into the fourth quarter. Wow, Grant, your thoughts here on this rivalry
let's
matchup.
take another look at that one. That was just a great inbounds play. Kevin, you called it. Very well done. They pass it over to Peary on the left, who then finds Chris, and he nails the shot just as time expires.
Yep, Chris can step back and really shoot it.
9-point deficit in just one quarter. It's a new ball game here. 8 minutes for the fourth quarter in this rivalry contest. Should be a good one. You don't want to go away. And, Gunn responding when Paly takes momentum. This is another one of those times. We'll see what they can do here.
Wow, I was not expecting this. I'm sure everyone else in this gym either. This is quite the game so far. With only 8 minutes to go here, tie ball game. Gunn with a record of what, 4 and 15?
That's right.
Paly coming in 21 and 1, having won 20 straight.
And Gunn's in the lower division too,
yeah.
so they're not playing the same teams, which is even more.
We'll see what happens here in the fourth quarter. I'm going to hand play-by-play over to my partner Grant here.
Okay, thank you.
This should be a great finish. So
yeah, that it should be, and Gunn will take possession to start the fourth. Tied up at 39. It's a new ball game, as we said. Just 8 minutes in this final quarter to determine the best team in Palo Alto. Max Gerard now driving and called for the foul.
Call.
And if that's on Chris, that would be his fourth. And
let's
Chris,
see what Sachs does here. He might be taking him out right now. Yeah.
Chris has been a large factor in this game. His size has been key.
Even his shooting ability there at the last we saw at the end of the third. So it looks as if he will be taken out.
And the younger Schmutz, Clark Schmutz, looking to come into the game as Gerard misses the first. Clark is Matthias's younger brother. He and Elon Zur will come in. Chris and Scotty Peary out of the game. Surprising to see Clark Schmutz in here. We don't see him that much.
Yeah, it is. But let's see how he does. Sachs maybe trying to mix things up a little bit.
Gerard makes the second, and Gunn regains its lead. 40-39 early in the fourth quarter. Grant Raffel, Kevin Dukovic with you. This is the only contest between these two teams this year, as they are not divisional foes. Dawkins will pull up for three from the corner off the front rim. And Ray with the rebound.
Paly in a man defense here. Zur is now forced to guard Gerard as a turnover by the Gun Titans has just happened. But with Chris out, Grant, Paly no longer has that size advantage we were talking about down low. So maybe look for the Titans to feed Gerard down low and take advantage of that offensively.
Zur on the baseline. Over to Clark Schmutz for three, and he nails it!
Wow.
Clark Schmutz, the junior, he doesn't see much playing time, but he just hit a huge shot for the Vikings, putting them back up by 2. Now Ray down the lane, but fouled.
Is this their first lead since when? It's been a long time.
It might be the whole game, I think.
Maybe. Yeah, well, Schmutz coming off the bench, hasn't played, like you said, much at all this season. That's, as you can see on that three.
And he's been put into a huge spot here, and there's the replay. But
doesn't need any warming up at all coming off the bench. Looks like that ball will stay with the Titans. So 2-point advantage here for Paly. If you're just joining us, it's been quite the game thus far. And as Ray misses the off-balance jump shot, Paly has battled back. They were down by as much as 15 or so. but have come back and now lead by 2 points here with 6.5 to go.
As Sir there feeds Dawkins. Well done, and it's a 4-point lead. This is slipping away a little from the Titans.
Let's see what they can do here offensively.
They've responded all game when the momentum shifted, and they'll try to do that here. Dawkins.
Paly's really getting after it defensively.
The knockaway there.
I'll see if the Titans can keep the ball in their possession, avoid turning the ball over, and get some open shots.
Gerard at the point, he's not used to it, and he's being double teamed by Sir and Schmutz, but it gets to Donut. Dawkins comes up with it though, and the Titans will come down. Schmutz over to Petrachek.
And Coach Sachs is screaming at Aubrey Dawkins to call for the ball and get the ball. He wants his star player to be aggressive
best player.
here.
Yeah, he needs him at this point. Leaving Clark Schmutz in the game at this point as well. Sir from the corner for 3. He nails it. Elon Sir, he doesn't shoot much either, but he's 2 for 2 tonight. A 3 and a 2. And that's another huge one. Now Paly extends a 7-point lead.
That looks like it's Paly's 7th team foul, so that should be bonus.
Oh, that's something that's a key point here, as Gunn only has 4 fouls.
Yep, 1-on-1 situation here, as the PA announcer just told the crowd. Number 40 for Gunn, Mitch Donut here at the line. As we take a look at that replay.
There's Sir's 3, that was well done. Tough angle he had there, but knocked it down as Donut goes to the line to shoot for the 1-and-1. Nails the first.
If Gunn's going to want to get back and regain the lead, they're going to have to hit their free throws down the stretch. Free throws are going to be huge.
So we take a look from the opposite baseline.
Oh, no good on the second. Dawkins with the rebound to Schmutz.
And Palo Alto will slow it down a little bit and get set up in the half-court offense. Now the younger Schmutz, he's a junior. Brother Matthias is a senior. And Chris on the floor with it.
Timeout's been called.
Calls the timeout. Very smart move by Chris and the bench, both calling for the timeout. So we've got 5:04 to go here. Palo Alto now a 6-point lead. And, this has been a good one so far. What is Gunn have to do to reclaim that momentum and just cut this short lead by Palo Alto?
Yeah, well, Gunn's going to have to somehow get by the furious press and pressure that the Vikings are applying right now. And once they do that, try to run through some half-court sets, get some open looks. They've been hot from beyond the arc tonight. So if they can get some open threes, and knock a couple of those down, they'll be right back in this one. And if you put the pressure on the Vikings late, you never know what can happen. Gunn can still pull this one out.
It's still anyone's game as we're in the 4th quarter here at Gunn High School. Elon Sir ready to check into the game at the next stoppage. 10 on the shot clock as Christ pump fakes. Clark Schmutz for the layup, but that was no good. And Gunn gets the rebound with just a couple seconds on the shot clock.
Strong move there by Schmutz, but couldn't finish it. It'll be foul call, and that's bonus. They'll go to the line. And here's where the free throws will come into play. If the Titans can continue knocking down these free throws, since Paly's playing this furious press right now on defense, they're really viable to fouls. So if the Titans can continue knocking down these free throws, they'll, climb back into this one pretty quickly.
Clark Schmutz taken out of the game. Elon Sir back in. Huge free throw here as Chris Russell misses the first.
Zer will slow it down.
And Zer now cross court to Schmutz.
It looks as if Gunn, I'm not sure if they're in a zone anymore, but Coach Sachs was calling for a man offense, so I wonder if
And Chris down low runs into his man, but travels first.
Lucky that wasn't
An
foul.
offensive foul called. Chris is at 4 fouls, so his next one, he's out of there. Patrick Skelly for Gunn. Sean Berry now. Zach Wing driving on Petracek's, but
rejected by
Keller Christ. A nice block, clean block, as Sir comes the other way, fouled on his layup.
A very risky play there by Chris with 4 fouls.
But he got all ball. That was a clean block, a good block by Chris.
Showing some great control there of his body to get the block, but to stay clean of any contact. As Zur at the line here for 2, nails the first. Paly up 7 points now, 3 possession ball game here with 3:49 to go in the game. Zur for the back end, nails it.
And you mentioned, Kevin, free throws are huge. Paly knocking down its free throws. Gunn having a little more trouble, so that's something to watch here in the final minutes as we're more than halfway through this fourth quarter. As Gunn throws it down to Gerard, but Schmutz comes up with it and called.
Oh, travel.
Oh, he was trying to call the timeout, I could tell.
Yep.
I thought the refs were going to give it to him, but instead called for the travel, so Gunn has the ball. Down 8 now.
And
the crowd a little quieter at this point.
Look for the Titans to attack Christ, for Gerard to go right at Keller Christ.
That's a smart play.
And try to draw that 5th foul. Let's see, he's got the ball
if
right now.
He's out of the game. The Vikings have a tough size
Here we go.
play.
Almost called. There was a lot of contact there. And it looks as if Chris has been fouled. But that would have been a crucial call there. But
right, I mean, I don't even know who would the Vikings put on Gerard.
Probably Zur. Yeah, they played him earlier when Chris was down. But yeah, Zur is their power forward. Yeah, maybe Dawkins, but probably Zur.
It would be a tough matchup, though. Chris and Gerard,
either way.
Two big men on the court at this point. Checks over
Paly
to
is now
Dawkins.
running its shot clock offense where they just burn as much time off as they can and then run through a set with about 15 to go as a trap is coming.
Shot clock down to 10 as Dawkins has it at the point. Sean Berry guarding him as Dawkins puts it up in the lane. No good, but gets his own rebound.
Stepped out of bounds.
And put it up, but he stepped out of bounds first, Kevin, as you mentioned. And a couple mistakes here by Paly.
Yeah. Timeout's called by Paly. But yeah, as I said, Paly is now making sure to burn about 20 seconds off of each possession. They do that little dribble handoff up top. Every possession, you'll see that. And then with about 15 seconds left, they'll run through a play. So as you can see, Coach Michael Ferolino there of Gunn talking to his players, encouraging them, telling them, I'm sure, to continue to pressure on defense and to try to force some turnovers here late with Paly up 8 points over rival Gunn High School with about 2:52 to go here in the game.
Should be a good finish here, and
either way, I mean, Gunn should be very happy with this performance.
This is a lot more than I'm sure Palo Alto expected out of Gunn. Probably Palo Alto dominating its league, and Gunn, of course, in the lower league. So bit of a shocker, but it's been a good one. Glad we're here. Grant Raffel and Kevin Dukovic with you as we'll bring you the final couple minutes here from Gunn. Skelly finds Gerard. Gerard over to Chris Russell. A nice move, and he puts it up off the front of the rim, and the tip by Gerard did not fall. Rebound to Chris. Now Paly will slow it down again. At this point, they can run out a lot of the shot clock. They can really shorten this game, which is what they want to do.
You spread the floor out when you're trying to waste time to avoid any turnovers and any traps.
Shot clock down to 8 now. as Dawkins tries to drive. Waved off as there was a foul on the floor. That's Russell.
But we're in the bonus, so it'll be 1-1.
So Palo Alto now in the bonus, as is Gunn.
So I guess for now on, Sachs, head coach of Paly, Adam Sachs, wants his players to, run through about 20 seconds of the shot clock and then let Dawkins close out every possession here and be aggressive and take it to the rack as he did on that last play.
And Dawkins hits the free throw. The free throws are so key at this point, and Paly has been money on them.
Dawkins is a great free throw shooter. He shoots, let me check here, 86% from the line. Nails that one right
shoots
there.
100% on those two. Key for Paly as they open up a 10-point lead. Scully blocked by Sir. Chris comes up with it.
This one's quickly getting away from the Titans. They might want to consider fouling.
It looks like they might be trying to. As Schmutz tries to find Chris, but that's not a smart play as the shot clock still had a lot of time left. And Scully now comes down.
Right,
now
Grant.
Wang. Yeah, Kevin, it looked like it was an alley-oop attempt, and I mean, that could have sealed the game if they made it, but instead.
I don't think it was worth the 30 seconds they could have burned off the shot clock, but it is what it is. Paly Paly up 10, with 1:35 to go, and Gerard at the line, 1-1.
Max Gerard, he's got to hit these free throws. Key free throws, and he doesn't. That one rims out. So 90 seconds left here. And this one is looking good for the Vikings as they continue to run down the shot clock.
If you're the Titans, you got to start fouling right now.
I think, yeah. Otherwise, you've got 1 minute to make up at least a 10-point deficit.
It's almost as if they've given up on this one.
Sir, with 4 seconds to go, nails the three, and that'll seal it as we're under a minute to go. Palo Alto now 13 ahead as Donut misses, and Chris comes up with it to Schmutz, and now you've got a foul unless they've given up. And it seems they have. So Palo Alto 54-41 leading, and they will come away victorious from this game, move to 22-1 on the season, and continue that 21-game winning streak as they reach now close to the playoffs, as we've got 25 seconds in the game, 6 seconds on the shot clock, and rejected. Gerard blocks Aubrey Dawkins, and that can be a bright spot. But Kevin, a good effort here by Gunn. We did not expect to see such a close contest, and Palo Alto was down 9. That is a shot clock violation.
Grant, with this victory, this is Paly's 21st victory in a row, their 13th double-digit victory in a row. Well, it didn't start out as Paly fans would have hoped early. They end up getting the 13-point victory.
And they'll hold on to it.
Over their crosstown rival Gunn, which, as you would think, is a very, very sweet team to defeat here. And there's your final score, 54-41. Palo Alto knocks off crosstown rival Gunn High School.
So after the girls' game, we kind of expected a similar game in the other direction, but hopefully if you stayed with us, you saw that it was a great game. Palo Alto coming back from a 9-point halftime deficit to win by 13 here at Gunn, the only meeting between these two teams as they are not league foes. So, Kevin, some final thoughts here on this boys' game, the last of the night.
Gunn played really well tonight, Grant. Got it to a really hot start, hitting all their shots left and right, long-range threes. But Paly was able to get some turnovers in the second half, pick it up in transition, and ended up getting the win, which is all that matters.
All right, and I just want to recognize our director. We had Kirsten Baird for the first half, Brian Sotnick for the second. Great job in the truck to all them. And for our entire crew, Kevin Dukovic alongside, I'm Grant Raffle. Thanks for watching here tonight as Palo Alto over Gunn in the boys game, 54-41. We'll see you next week on MC Sports. Have a good one.